quick demonstration on how I'm using the data entry tool so that an engineer can essentially take an asset, evaluate it, and then mark it for either further evaluation or clear it from their report. We're running a calculation that's taking the blue tag and the red tag, in this case upstream oil and gas tubing and casing pressure, and comparing the correlation of those two tags for the last 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, and 90 days. And based on a series of measurements, if the correlation in the last 24 hours is outside of the average 90-day delta by more than 5%, then that tag is essentially alerted. On this calculation tag, we alert on that tag, and then I can filter my list of all of my wellheads to only show me those that have alerted. So let's go ahead and do that now. So my tag is alert casing tubing underscore calc, and if it equals 1, then I want to see that well. So our list drops down to approximately, looks like 17 wells now instead of 40, I believe I had 48 wells. And so now I'm playing the role of a reservoir engineer, and I'm going to do my due diligence and look at each of these wells. So perhaps this report is what I look at first thing in the morning. Essentially, I'm taking the wells that I think are likely to be problematic and rising them to the top of all of the wells that I'm responsible for. And as I look at each well, I'm going to use the data entry component here on the right, and I'm going to code each well. So they start off as unaddressed 0, and then I can clear it by entering a 1, or I can flag it by entering a 2. So for instance, we'll go ahead and hit 1, and we'll commit it, and now that well is cleared, and I have linked this bar to turn green once I've cleared the well. So I have a visual indicator that my work here is done. And I could come down and do the exact same thing here. We'll go ahead and clear it and commit. Now, if I wanted, I could rerun this filter, and I could add more context to it. Let's take the other piece to this. So now it's in alert, meaning that the calculation has shown that it's outside of a 0.5 or a 5%, I should say, correlation variance. And my well status tag, which is this manual data tag that I'm entering to, is still equal to 0, meaning I haven't cleared it yet. So let's go ahead and just refresh that, and now the ones that I've cleared drop off, and I'm down to, should be 15. It looks like some of my calculations have cleared others as well. Now I have 10 wells that I'm looking at. Well, let's go ahead and say that this is, there's a pattern here, there's something I'm seeing that says, hey, you know what, I want to put more attention on this. I can code that as a 2, which my legend is telling me that means I'm flagging it. And let's do that to a few of these. And notice that as I'm flagging it, I'm also changing that color to represent it's been flagged. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just clear the rest of these out also. So I believe I flagged 4 in total. And here we'll flag these last 2 also. Perfect, so all 10 are handled. We'll refresh and just to make sure I didn't have any more wells hit the calculation. And now we can see I didn't. There's now no results. If I clear all this out, my filter out, and hit refresh, I'll get my full list of wells. And I'll just sort that list of wells by that casing tubing delta tag, descending order, and I can see that everything that has the correlation above 0.5 has been either flagged or cleared. And in addition, while that's happened, I've got a report page. And on this report page, I have asked it to show me all of the well statuses that I've flagged. So now here I've got wells that I've flagged, and 8 of the delta, current delta, the 8-hour average of casing and tubing, and then production tags from yesterday. So if I wanted, I could run this as a report. I could automate this, and so at the end of each day, all of the wells that I have flagged could be automatically emailed off to maybe my pumpers or foremen. And I can archive this report every day as well and capture it and save it.